Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Yeah, non-select players and easy girls. Y'all must be like, what? Non-select players? I thought all the players were select. Nah, not really. You can be non-selected in a player, but usually it's a certain dynamic there. There's a certain dynamic there where a generally non-select guy can look like a player. Because in that, this is the amazing thing. I don't really hear too many folks talk about, maybe a few coaches talk about like different types of women. Now, anybody who follows me, I don't give that information publicly. Like my inner circle cats, they know. I've actually done some webinars for them where I talked about different types of women, how to spot them, their tendencies and stuff. And, whether they down to fuck. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, you got a bunch of easy girls out there. Now, I touched on this a little bit yesterday when I did this video. Wait, hold on a second. Sorry about that. I had to holler at somebody. See, people, y'all just see me in the car and everything. Y'all don't realize how many people I know just out and about I got to holler at. y'all really don't understand that. I just got to say something to them real quick. But getting back to that non-select play and easy girl dynamic. Now, to get an understanding of it, understand that you got to remember something about that select, non-select thing. There are a percentage of women who don't follow it because it follows roughly that whole 80-20 rule. Like everybody always talk about the 80% doing this and that, but people rarely talk about the 20%. Or if they do, they might assume that 20% might be just some busted women. No. Believe it or not, a lot of busted women, ugly women actually follow that whole, select, non-select thing. They're part of the 80%. To understand why, go back to high school. That's where it really starts. And that's where it also starts with the easy girls as well. Or any social situation, could go back to preschool. There's always a dominant female. And despite what some deluded women want to say, the alpha female, that's really a misnomer. I'll say the diva. That's the dominant female because remember, all these are sexual hierarchies. If you that woman who makes six figures and you bossy and all of that, you're not dominant to a man. You're not attractive to a man. I don't care what you say or do. You just another dude. They might deal with you for business. But no, it's always the dominant female is always the diva. Usually the prettiest or most popular, whatever. And it starts in high school. And in fact, that's where that whole select, non-select starts because the dominant high school girls, the divas, the pretty girls, the cheerleaders, they the ones decide which group of boys are going to be the dominant boys. If the basketball team is the joint, then it's going to be the basketball players. If the football players are, or wherever, even on college campus, any place you get a group of women. If y'all watch that video that I referenced about the office fuck file, the dominant female in there is going to decide. The dominant females in it could be a retail store, office, or corporation decide who's dominant. Now, most women going to follow it. But you always going to get that a tiny percentage of women who, for whatever reason, don't follow it. And the reasons why stem from just their general personality types to it could be whatever subculture they're in. If you grow up like in the black community, if you grow up outside of that Abrahamic spiritual traditions, you tend to view men a bit differently. You always got to look at who wants who in the terms of culture. Like that whole select thing is based on Western cultural values. That's why in some countries that don't follow it is different, or you get some cultures that are more indigenous, they don't follow that. So what you have with these easy girls, it's not so much they easy. That's almost a misnomer. I'll just say, well, think of the easiness, not in terms of sex, though that could be an issue, but in terms of since they generally, like they'll have a select, but it's looser. Okay, somebody are beeping. Is that me? No, I think that's somebody else's joint. Anyway, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, that's something out here. Man, I hear the slightest noise, I'd be like, what? Me? Shit. Told y'all this a bucket. I'd be like sensitive to it. But anyway, you get some women, it's loose. It's like, in general, a select guy, is that, physically attractive guy. Got the body, probably had a face. Secondarily, money. Secondarily, status. And even then, if you really want to get down to it, it's just who the most sexually attractive. In general. One thing about that select, non-select thing, women will adjust it because most women will find if they stick to it, they assed out. They ain't getting no D. Even if it got to be subpar D. So, you get some women, they just outside of it. They might be the awkward girls, not as popular, the girls who won't go to the prom, the ones who ain't quite figured out how to make that makeup work. And the thing is, it's really not that they're like ugly. In fact, most of them are going to be like in that 5 to 7 range. Like they're going to be decent, even have decent bodies, but there's something there from keeping them from being among the top tier diva types. And some of his attitudes, sometimes it could be something like they were sheltered growing up, they ain't hang out. And one common thing, they don't have like just regular game or understand stuff. They kind of apart. So as a result, they're more open. They don't differentiate between men. It's like, and sometimes depending on where they are, that's the type of woman might make a good wife. That's the type of woman who'll marry a nice guy and they'll be loyal and they're good with him. They're good with him, especially if it's in their subculture. But then you also get some of the type who, quite frankly, going to be some freaks. They're going to be what some people call dummies. Like if that type of woman grows up in a poor neighborhood, I actually feel sorry for her. Now, and just to be clear, I mean, they still might want that like top guy, that alpha showpiece, but wanting them and getting them is two different things. And one thing about easy girls, they know they're easy. They know that they're not the top woman, and they cool with it, but they know they got something going on with them. And it's where non-select players come in. Now, a non-select player, he could be that guy who go in a room of 100 women. 97 of those women are not feeling him at all. And he don't care. He'll hone in on the 3 women who do. Because what happens is with some dudes, they know from the get-go, they look, they know they ain't built like crazy. They know that they ain't a jawline brother. And they know they ain't gonna have the talent to do anything beyond keep a steady job and maybe a wage type job. So they know they ain't gonna be balling out of control. But sometimes they good with it. But they figured out how to get sex. Like I talked to, kind of touched on that. Some of those scavenger types, they like will hit on so many women, they figure out who's receptive. What you got with some cats is they know where they stand, they stay in their lane, and they got enough going for them. They ain't like totally busted, but they figured out who gonna be down to fuck them. That's why you'll see like maybe some dusty dude with about 4 or 5 baby mamas. Or you see some dude where most women will clown him and laugh, and dude don't even care. But he can hone in on that easy girl, because she gonna be receptive to whatever's coming out his mouth. And I know people talk about choosing signals and stuff, and see, they actually still choose, because they got to make a choice even if you approach them. But you get those guys, and they just figure it out. In fact, in my opinion, that's probably the best cheat code. There's a few cheat codes people say is a cheat code, but if you kind of know what woman's going to be generally receptive, like you can look at it and say, okay, she receptive. Now, it don't mean she'll fall in love with you or anything. It just means you shoot your shot, she probably ain't gonna like shoot you down. Yeah, she probably ain't gonna shoot you down. She's gonna holler at you. And if a dude's smart, see, if a man know his lane, let me tell you what, that's one thing the non-select players, and every non-select player dude ain't gonna be that way, to be honest. It takes a dude who's kind of good with where he at, knows how to make his own opportunities. That's the key. He knows how to make his own opportunities. Oh shit, where my girl at? Anyway, since he knows how to make his own opportunities, he knows where to spot them. It's just like in any game. It's like that basketball player. It's like that basketball player. He know he ain't like the superstar dunking or anything, but he knows his role, and he just plays it well. That non-select player, he know he ain't gonna get that lustful sex, but shoot, he's just trying to bust a nut. And so he learns how to spot. He learns how to spot it. I've known like quite a few guys. If you kind of look at them, you throw them among some 89, 92 octane type of women, 100 octane women, they're gonna be like, ugh. But they don't care, because they'll find that woman is a little goofy, little game goofy, maybe a little awkward, and they'll be like, damn girl, you fine. And they'll spit that fire, because the girl, she ain't learn any game herself, because she didn't hang at the cool kids table when she was coming up. She didn't hang out with the divas. They probably clowned her too. So anyway, it's kind of, I'm gonna tell you what, if anyone really wants to learn game, learn social dynamics. It's kind of easy. If you view it the way I do, you already know who's going to hook up with who. Like, it gets past all the select stuff. It's, like I said, it's the best cheat code. It's like, instead of trying to get mad that the diva don't want your ass, figure out who do. And you got some good, you got to be realistic, because like a lot of dudes, they ain't realistic. That's one thing the non-select player is going to be. He's realistic. So he said, okay, why should I go over here with this woman who's going to be tripping, going to want me to have a six-pack abs, or, if she can't get that, she'll get me trying to get me to trick on her. He said, shoot, let me get this woman over here kind of goofy, I better not say that, because that's a woman like, I was about to say something, I'd have got in some serious trouble. But seriously, you got some women out here, they game goofy themselves, they easy, they just not socially, they might be smart, but like, all you need to do is say hi to them, and they good. Seriously, I've seen plenty of them. And the only problem with them, if you mess with one of them, remember, even though generally they can be loyal, remember there's another dude who'll spit at them and get that thing in. So anyway, y'all, that's all I got for today. Well, I got one more thing coming, because anybody follow me on Instagram, I showed a picture. I'm going to show y'all my work, because I know y'all just see the top here. I want to see I'm doing something. I want y'all to see I'm doing something. I'm always body game. Y'all got to see Rom doing his thing too. And that ain't even the main picture. I'm gonna give y'all a pictorial like around July. We take this shit out in San Diego on some rocks and on the beach. So anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.